Okay, great. Good afternoon, members of the MAG Active Transportation Committee. Welcome to the April 19th meeting. As a reminder, please turn your mics on and clearly state your name before speaking to ensure that members of the audience can hear you. And please mute your mic when you're not speaking to eliminate any feedback noise. Because this is a virtual meeting, a roll call vote will be taken for each action item on the agenda. As a reminder, if you're calling in by phone, you'll need to press *6 to unmute yourself. And please make sure that you're muted if you called in. Sometimes it's easy to forget. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll begin roll call. Grant Anderson.
Here.
Thank you. Bob Bean. Jessica Brinton.
Here.
Thank you. Marielle Brown.
Here.
Thank you. Stephen Chang. I saw his name, Stephen Chang. I'll come back. Susan Conklu.
Here.
Jason Crampton.
Here.
Thank you. Stephen Esther.
I am here.
Thank you. Allison Feliz. Okay. Brandon Forey. Tiffany Halperin. Okay. Tara Harmon. Okay. Jason Harris.
Here.
Thank you. Jim Johansson.
Here.
Thank you. Jeff King.
Here.
Thank you. Clem Legaki.
I'm here.
Thank you. Jose Macias.
That's it.
Thank you. Christine McMurdy.
I'm here.
Thank you. Mark Millstone.
The great town of Carefree is here.
Thank you. Omar Peters. Okay. Randy Prock.
I'm here.
Thank you. Patrick Sage.
Present.
Thank you. Kelsey Shatnick.
Here.
Thank you. Woodrow Scooten. Okay. Ward Stanford.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Garrett Topham.
Here.
Thank you. Justin Weldy.
Present.
Thank you. And Stephanie Bubenham sorry, I'm going to pronounce your name incorrectly the first time. Stephanie Bobenheim for Nathan.
Close.
Okay.
Yeah, this is here. It's Stephanie Bubenheim, and I'm proxy for Nathan.
Thank you very much. Robert Yabies.
Here.
And that is all. Is anyone present that I missed?
Yes, this is Brandon Forey with the City of Peoria.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
All right, moving on to item 2, call to the audience. An opportunity for public comment on the agenda was provided ahead of the meeting. Has MAG staff received any public comments?
Madam Chair, we have not received any public comments.
Okay, great. Moving on to item 3, Audra Custer-Thomas, the Transportation Planning Program Manager, will provide a report to the Active Transportation Committee.
Thanks, Susan. Madam Chair, members of the committee, pleased to be with you today. First, just wanted to start off acknowledging that our work at the legislature continues. We have concurrent bills in the legislature to enable a 25-year extension of the dedicated half-cent sales tax, first passed by voters back in 1985, to be placed on a November ballot this November of 2022. We have successfully gone through the Senate side. We are waiting for action on the House Rules Committee to enable floor action. As you may be aware, there's activity this week now with some budget bills moving, and hope that we're able to move these bills through to successful completion and governor's signature by the end of this spring, so we can get to that ballot this upcoming November. That will be critical in order for us to then initiate program development of that important $1 billion investment we've set aside as part of the investment program. If you have any questions, you can reach me offline, or certainly reach out to your intergovernmental relations representatives at your city. But most of all, I'd like to introduce Kay Bork to the Active Transportation Committee. Kay joined our team here at MAG now just over a month ago. She hails from the Pacific Northwest after a long storied career that crossed both land use, transportation, and economic development planning. She has landed here in the Valley, and we're so pleased to have her robust set of experience. Much of her career was spent in local government, like all of you, but she did have a stint or two in a council of government. So those are rare opportunities for us to find a gem for us. She'll be joined with Karen Nasser, for whom some of you know from the Transit Committee and some of the work in the transit program itself, to advance work in the active transportation program. While Kay's focus will certainly be, and she'll be your contact for active transportation, she certainly won't focus only on active transportation, and will contribute to our multimodal planning activities at MAG. If you haven't already done so, I would encourage you to reach out and introduce yourself to Kay. She's anxious to learn what your cities and communities are up to, better acquaint herself to the Valley as well, and begin building relationships with all of you. So before we move on the agenda, I did want to just provide this opportunity to Kay herself to provide a little introduction of her before we move on to the rest of the agenda for today. Kay?
Thank you very much, Audra, for the introduction. Madam Chair and committee members, I really just would like to express my excitement to be at MAG, to work with you, and to meet all of you over the next few coming months. As Audra said, I worked mostly in local governments in land use planning, and both in current and long range, working on development review, and then of course long range planning with comprehensive plan updates, transportation system plans, parks, etc. My last position in Oregon was with a small city where I was the community development director there, overseeing planning, building, code enforcement, and also staffing urban renewal. So I won't go on, but I can't wait to meet all of you in person at some point. And I would love to hear from you through email or phone call. So thank you very much.
We're excited to have Kay here, excited for Kara to join in the fun and active transportation. And with that, Madam Chairwoman, that completes my update for today. I'm happy to answer any questions offline.
Thanks, Audra. Welcome, Kay. I hope you like toasty, sunny weather.
I do.
Great. So we'll move on to item 4. We have one item on the consent agenda, which is item 4A, approval of the November 16th, 2021 meeting minutes. So it's been a minute. Is there a motion to approve consent items 4A, or any changes anybody needs to note?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Justin Welby. And is there a second?
Second, Robert Yabes.
All right, thank you, Robert. Kay will do a roll call vote of all members participating, so please indicate how you vote.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll begin roll call. Grant Anderson.
Aye.
Jessica Brinton.
Aye.
Thank you. Mariel Brown.
Aye.
And Stephen Chang.
Aye.
Thank you.
I had some audio difficulties earlier. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jason Crampton.
Aye.
Stephen Esther.
Aye.
Thank you. Brandon Forey.
Aye.
Thank you. Jason Harris.
Aye.
Jim Johansson.
Aye.
Thank you. Jeff King.
I'm a non-voting member.
Okay, I apologize. Thank you. Clem Lagaki.
Aye.
Thank you. Jose Macias.
Aye.
Thank you. Christine McMurdy.
Aye.
Thank you. Mark Millstone.
Aye.
Thank you. Randy Prock.
Aye.
Thank you. Patrick Sage.
Just unmute.
Aye.
Thank you. Kelsey Shatnick.
Aye.
Thank, thank you.
When Kay gets done, I'm gonna try to let her know that I'm here.
Okay.
Ward Stanford.
Aye.
Thank you. Garrett Tompin.
Aye.
Thank you. Justin Weldy.
Aye.
I'll hang on
Aye.
until you.
Okay.
Please make sure you're muted. We're getting some background noise. Thank you.
Thank you. Stephanie Bobenheim.
Aye.
Thank you. And Robert Yabies.
Aye.
Okay.
And I think you might have missed me, but I'm an I.
Thank you. I was going to go back
That's
to
okay.
you, but thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Looks like this motion passes. Moving on to item 5. This item will be presented by Kara Nassar, MAG Transportation Planner. It is on the agenda for information.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Active Transportation Committee. I'm going to share my screen with you. Hopefully you can see that.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the confirmation. So I'm here today to talk to you about our interactive comment map that we have for collecting active transportation comments from the public. So first, a little bit of history. This was an engagement tool that was initially created to collect public feedback specifically for the development of the active transportation plan. So here it is. Here's what it looks like. I just wanted to bring it up in case you haven't seen it or haven't seen it in a while as a refresher. So the public is invited to come in here and leave comments on a range of items. And here they are in the legend to the side. I'll just read them out quickly. ADA, bike, walk, connectivity, maintenance, mid-block crossings, safety, and a category of other in case it doesn't fit into any of the previous categories. So the public can kind of come in here and find specific areas and leave comments about these items over here. And we were getting a lot in the development of the plan that was used to develop the plan ultimately. However, that plan is complete now. So we're continuing to receive comments through here. So we know people are using the tool. So we are continuing to maintain this and are in the process of actually repurposing it to more of a general comment tool. We want to ensure that any comments that we're getting are being documented and utilized to the best capacity that they can be. So from now on, we're going to be preparing an annual report for all of you for recognition by this committee that will run through once a year, just an acknowledgement of these comments that we receive through this tool. So what you see in front of you today in your agenda packet is the 2021 comment matrix. We received 32 comments in 2021. They are organized by jurisdiction for your convenience. And I'll just summarize that feedback that we've received for the last year. So most of these comments were regarding safety, connectivity, and bicycle infrastructure. The major themes were a desire for better connectivity in the off-street multi-use path network including better connectivity over our barriers, especially freeways and rivers included in there. There are a lot of safety concerns related to interactions with drivers, in particular speeding drivers, and a desire for safer roadway crossings for cyclists and pedestrians. And the last item there is expanded bicycle lanes with better wayfinding and lighting. So just a desire for more coverage of infrastructure across the region in general. So I kind of wanted to just touch on the benefits that we see to this tool and continuing to maintain this tool and collect feedback through it. First of all, we see public feedback as a key to our planning processes and in part to the federal requirements related to the planning work that we do at this organization. So it's important. And these public comments can be used to help identify needs and gaps that exist on the ground that we might not otherwise know about, people that are out there really using this infrastructure. And we see the benefit potentially for you all in helping to identify potential future design assistance projects. And lastly, at MAG, we intend to do a better job of showing the regional benefits and the impacts of these projects, especially those funded in our design assistance program. So we see the benefit of using this work. Hopefully, if we can get enough comments for before, after, or in some way, the ability to demonstrate impact in the future. So, Madam Chair, members of the committee, this concludes my report out on this item, and I'm happy to take any questions at this point.
Thank you, Kara. I'll start with one, and then if others have questions, please jump in. When you receive safety or maintenance comments, I mean, I know we got the matrix in this packet, but is your plan to regularly forward items like that to the agencies just in case we miss it? Okay.
Yes. And I've started regularly forwarding, and depending on your jurisdiction and when the comments came in, I picked up this work recently. So you may or may not have seen something come in from me yet.
Okay. Well, and that's just a good reminder to all of us to check the map ourselves, but just in case, I think it's good to have an extra layer there of forwarding those, especially if it's something that needs to be addressed quickly. Does anyone else have questions or comments? I can't remember if we have a hand raise option or not, but just jump in.
Madam Chair, members of the committee, I was trying to figure out the same thing about the chair raise. This is Marielle Brown with the City of Phoenix. Kara, would you be able to send me a matrix in a Excel format?
Absolutely, Madam Chair, Ms. Brown, members of the committee, I would be happy to forward this in Excel format. If this would be helpful for anyone else, I could send it to the whole committee.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure.
Great idea.
I second that. Please send it to everybody. It's Christina
Thank you.
here.
You got it.
Thanks. Any other questions or comments? Not seeing anyone. It means that they love it. I do like that you can turn things on and off for at least for me, I can see things better when I can control what I'm turning on and off compared to just seeing everything. So I do appreciate having that option. Looks like we don't have any other comments. Otherwise, please interrupt me. Otherwise, we will move on to item number 6. This will be introduced by Kay Bork, Transportation Planning Project Manager. This item is on the agenda for information.
Thank you, Madam Chair and committee members. Each year, MAG issues a call for projects through the Active Transportation Design Assistance Program, and I'd like to review the schedule for the fiscal year 2023. You do have a copy of the schedule in your packet. The opening for the online portal for project submittal is opening on June the 1st, and that is a Wednesday. And the deadline for project submittals will be June the 30th. The online portal will close on that day at 10 a.m. Once the portal is closed, staff will have about a week to finalize review of the submitted projects for completeness and for eligibility. The scoring by member agencies will open on July the 7th. And I would like to remind the Active Transportation Committee members that you can score projects even if you haven't submitted a project for fiscal year 2023. Your input is valued, and it is extremely beneficial to the design assistance program to have for you to take the time to score those projects. So we really appreciate that. The Active Transportation Committee members have until August the 1st, which is the deadline for scoring. And the deadline or the scoring period will close at 5 p.m. on that day. Next steps, the Active Transportation Committee will review the project ranking and make a recommendation for approval. And we're anticipating that on August the 16th. And then we will bring the Active Transportation Committee's recommendation through the committees in August and September. I will make sure that the committee receives email reminders throughout the process before the portal opens for submittal, as well as all the important deadline dates. And with that, that concludes my presentation, and I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Kay. Does anyone have any questions? You guys are so quiet today. All right, then we will move on to item number 8, request for future agenda items. Are there any requests by a committee member for a future agenda item?
This is Stephanie with the town of Gilbert. I'm proxying for Nathan, but we both had kind of the same request of, Nathan actually requested this a couple months ago at a previous meeting, but to have kind of a run through of the scoring for the design assistants and for CMAC and TA, just so that we can kind of all fully understand what the process is. And I think there's been questions in the past on scoring. I haven't scored in a couple years, so I don't have any personal preferences at the moment, but I know that was talked about a couple months ago, and now that Kay is new, just wanted to bring that up again.
All right, thank you. Looks like Brandon has his hand raised for an item.
Yes, I would love to have a discussion about what the various cities are doing as far as green bike lanes and buffered bike lanes, what their standards and criteria are. More and more of us are starting to go above and beyond the traditional solid white line and bike guy symbol, and just like to have some open discussion about what we're all doing and how our approaches may be similar or different.
That would be great. I would even want to expand that or include the type of product, because I know we had some offline questions a while back that I had asked of who's using what and how long have you been using that? So that will be a great one. Looks like Bob Bean has his hand raised.
Yeah, Susan, I would like to get an update on the spine project, the bike pedestrian bridges over the freeways.
Spine project. And bridges. Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else? I do have one, same thing. It could just be a discussion, but people bring all their information on how any agencies are, if you are addressing or dealing with higher construction costs lately, and how that might be impacting your overall budgets or your schedules for projects, especially the ones that are federally funded. I hope you're not all having that problem, but I know it's been happening in Scottsdale, so maybe we can share some ideas or stories. Thank you. If there are no other requests for future items, we'll move on to item number 9, updates from member agencies. Are there any updates or announcements by committee members? Anybody want to talk about Bike Month? Yes, go ahead, Clement.
Yeah, hi, this is Clem Legaki from ADOT. I think most of you know that since Donna Lewandowski left us, our active transportation planner position has been vacant. And hopefully that will change soon. We hope that really soon that we'll advertise for to try to fill that active transportation planner position. So I would think maybe within the week it might be out. I'm not sure exactly when, and then you won't have to listen to me on this committee in the future. So
you could be the proxy.
Anyways, yeah, I sort of am the proxy today. So thank you all very much, and you can watch for that.
Thank you. Marielle?
I have a couple of announcements. One, if you're in downtown Phoenix tomorrow morning, we're celebrating Bike to Work Day. And we'll be going right by the MAG or near the MAG offices. And then 2, I just want to put out a general call that if you are interested in micromobility, the City of Phoenix's micromobility planner, Anthony Rios Garola, hosts monthly regional micromobility meetings. So I know that several people on this call are already part of that, but in case there's anyone else that's launching a micromobility program, please get in contact with me and you can join those meetings as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff King?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Many of you may have received this from me back on April 14th. I sent a group email to all the active transportation stakeholders that I have on my list anyway. As many of you are aware, the bill, bipartisan infrastructure law, is bringing a lot of new resources to the table related to active transportation, ped, bike, etc. And back on the 14th, they did post a new website. It's for the Safe Streets and Roads for All, which will be a discretionary grant. The NOFO is not out yet, but prior to the NOFO, they did put a web link, and I'm going to share that with you. It's https://www.transportation.gov, which is our main public facing, / and then just put SS4A. And that will take you to the information that will help you when the NOFO does come out. Also on that page is a webinar series page where you can join into some webinars prior to the NOFO. NOFO is still expected, I think, sometime in May, but I think that particular discretionary grant will be of great interest to many of you. It's open. It's not open to the state. So sorry, Clem, but it is open to all city, town, region, tribal entities. So if you haven't seen it, you can probably just Google SS4A and it should take you to our official site in that webpage. That's all I got.
Thank you. I anxiously await that NOFO. Are there any other updates from anybody? Doesn't Tempe have anything they need to remind people about tomorrow? Maybe Robert's not there. Well, it's Bike to Work Day in Tempe for anybody that is near or around Tempe. And then, as Marielle said, in Phoenix. And the rest of us will be back next April, I'm sure, for a regional Bike to Work Day.
Hey, Susan, it's Christine Goodyear. I'm curious, I've heard that there's an update to the MUTCD that includes complete streets type guidance. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that and whether it's out or not, but that was something I was curious about.
Okay, I don't know, but we can find out. And Garrett has his hand raised. I don't know if that's to answer your question with that update. Or...
Sorry, no, I was just delayed on wanting to chime in that it's also Bike to Work in Mesa and that we're having events downtown.
Great, we'll take lots of photos. Christine, we'll have to look into your question. And I know that was one of the updates at the end of the State Bicycling Summit recently, but I must have not paid good enough
That's
attention.
cool. Yeah, great. If it in fact is coming or it's already here, I just thought that would be a really good presentation too.
Oh yeah, that would be great as a future item.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any others? All right, well, hope you're all riding your bikes for Bike Month. Next meeting date, this is a reminder to committee members that our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 16th, 2022 at 1 p.m. It'll be teleconference like this, so same manner that we're used to. And if there is no further business, this meeting of the MAG Active Transportation Committee is adjourned at 1:33 p.m. Thank you.